3, 2, 1, Happy New Year!
2019. I started off the year in between jobs, not knowing what I wanted to do with my career next. Actually, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, but I just never had the courage to do it. I traveled to Los Angeles with my friend Foodie in January, hoping the universe would give me a sign that I should move there. But besides the excitement I felt visiting Warner Brothers studio, I didn't really fall in love with LA. After the trip, the thought of regret of not at least trying finally got terrifying enough that I signed up for a winter acting class in New York City. It was as fun as I thought it was going to be. Because of that class, I signed up for Backstage, which is the equivalent of LinkedIn or Indeed for actors. I applied to all the gigs that fit me. From then on, I would go to New York once or twice a week to take classes and go on auditions, and I would sleep on my friend's couch. Thanks, Eddie. I did that for 3 months. I remember getting my first student film, and I was so excited. We filmed for a weekend, and even though I knew I had a lot to work on, it was so much fun. End of March, I traveled to Greece and Turkey with my friend Angela. I got an audition during this time, and Angela helped me prep for the audition on the trip. We would walk through the Acropolis while reciting lines that I had to memorize. It was a fun trip filled with amazing views and even more amazing food. After the travels, I continued my commute to New York and sleeping on my friend's couch. I got a haircut and got paid $300 for it. That was pretty sweet. The commute from Connecticut to New York became exhausting. Eventually, I made the decision to finally move to New York City, the place I've dreamt of moving to since college. After a couple fall-throughs with potential roommates and potential apartments, which were pretty stressful, I finally moved into a sublease in Brooklyn at the end of May. I was grocery shopping at local delis and did laundry at laundromats. I would save up my laundry until I really had to do laundry. I joined an organization and attended one of their film events the first weekend I moved, and I made friends through it, and that really helped my transition. I got a job at a bakery as a side job because I actually enjoy customer service. Well, most of the time. Acting work was slow at this time. I tried to go to as many auditions as I could get. I did a lot of background job for the flexibility and money. I got to meet a lot of people, be on film sets, and watch celebrities do their thing through it, which was pretty mind-blowingly cool. I turned 25. Even though I would joke about quarter-life crisis, I didn't really feel it because I felt like I was finally on the right path. Of course, I had my down moments. I wasn't getting much gigs after countless applications and auditions. Sometimes after an audition, I would feel pretty crappy about my performance, to the point where I didn't know if I really wanted to do this. It was a nice break when I went on the Europe trip with my mom. We strolled around Barcelona and Bordeaux and saw beautiful cathedrals and ate countless tapas and the most amazing steak and fries. After the trip, my sublease ended and I moved to a new apartment end of August. I continued working at the bakery and doing background work. During my free time, I edited videos for YouTube. I tried writing a short film but didn't succeed in that. Going to try again next year. Fall was a busy season. I was working a lot, sometimes 7 days a week, which I didn't mind. I liked the hustle. At this point, I've just done a few student films and a couple educational videos. But things started picking up in October. I had my biggest gig in October. It was a Google commercial, and even though it's only for internal use, it was a big deal for me. November was one of my favorites. I got a lead role in a sitcom in Mandarin for a language learning app. It was a week-long shoot. I got to dress up and act every day for a week straight in Mandarin, and I loved every minute of it. The week after that, I was in a NYU short film. Funny how NYU was my dream school to go to. It was one of my favorite student film scripts I've read. The next week, I did a campaign for Penguin Random House. And the week after, I was featured in an indie film that tells an incredible story. I felt like I was on a roll. I was the happiest I've been with my career. The holidays came and it was back to the bakery and background work again. But it was great catching up with old friends and new friends. I am now back in Connecticut, spending the holiday with my family and friends. I am so grateful for the opportunities this year and for the people that I've met since moving to New York. I'm so glad that I made the decision to chase my dreams, even though it's not the easiest path. I am ending the decade with a great year, and I can't wait to continue the chase, the hustle, and the work next year. That was 2019. I wished for a fabulous 2019, and it was. 2020, be extraordinary.